Max, I think it'd be fun now to shift to a little thing that Life Signing does called 22 Questions in 2 minutes.
I don't like this.
You're going to love it. It's going to be awesome. Are you ready?
I'm looking for a Bible verse.
You're
a promise
to
stand on.
So these are fun.
What if I flunk?
Well, it's not a test. It's just some questions. So these are just really quick. We're going to run through them, and these are just
really
some fun
volunteer
things.
to do
You
this?
volunteered. It's going to be fabulous. All right. So this first one is super easy. Where were you born?
San Angelo, Texas.
Awesome. Who would you want to play you in a movie?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. We'd have to add a little hair up top, don't you think? All right. What was your first job, Max?
Pumping gasoline at a Texaco gas station in Andrews, Texas.
Isn't that fantastic? Okay, love it. And I wonder what you made per hour. Do you remember?
Ooh, I do. I think back then the minimum wage was, I bet somebody can send us the answer. I want to say like $1.80 an hour.
Probably.
That would have been in let's see, I was born in 55. My first job was at 14, so 1974, 70.
Wow.
My math is bad.
That's awesome. Great first job. What is your biggest fear?
Letting the church down. Disappointing our church. Yeah.
Who makes you laugh the most? And you can say me.
My granddaughter.
Yes.
Yep.
Great answer. Rosie. What is the one thing that you must have in your fridge at all times?
Oh, well, the one thing I must have, or that my wife would allow? My wife and I, and we're about to celebrate 37 years. So I mean, but we do not see eye to eye on. I think you should eat for fun, and she thinks I should eat more healthy. So we don't have any Bluebell in our ice cream. Bluebell ice cream.
Yes.
In our refrigerator,
Okay.
and haven't for a while. So if anybody wants to smuggle some, my way.
Okay, ice cream. What
But
favorite
ice
flavor?
cream.
Favorite flavor?
I love cherry vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. What's the last concert you went to?
George Strait. George Strait.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's the most interesting person you met recently?
I met yesterday the guy who built the Museum of the Bible, who's in charge of just creating the whole project, Kerry Summers. And what a fascinating guy.
Yeah.
Wow, he's done a lot in his life.
He has.
Yeah.
And the Museum of the Bible is
Museum of the
a
Bible
crowning jewel.
is worth the trip. If
In
you're ever
D.C.
there.
We were there last night for an event. What is your middle name?
Lee,
All right. And what is your favorite Bible verse?
John 3:16.
And you want to tell us what that says?
For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life.
What's the last book you read? Is it Unshakable Hope?
No, somebody earlier in the summer recommended I read a Bill Bryson book called A Walk in the Woods. It's really funny. It's about a guy who hikes the Appalachian Trail, and it's a great read.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite hobby?
Golf.
Golf.
I only
right.
golf on days that end in Y.
All right. Perfect. I love it. And what is your guilty pleasure? You may have already answered this with cherry vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, or barbecue potato chips.
Oh, barbecue potato chips. That's a very good one. And you have loved those for years.
I have.
Do you have any hidden talents? Now's your chance to bring
Do
them
I?
out.
I don't think I do.
You didn't play any instruments?
I'm a one-talent dude.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Writing, that's it. All right, perfect. What color is your toothbrush?
The one that's in my travel bag is yellow.
Okay,
So that's one I use today.
perfect. What is your secret snack?
Well, barbecue chips for sure. There's a lot of food questions.
There are.
Yeah.
Well, we all
yeah.
like food. so these are
Asparagus.
good.
Asparagus. Not really.
No.
Okra.
No. Okay. Barbecue potato chips, I think, probably qualifies.
Oreos. I'd love an Oreo
All
right
right.
now.
Do you think Dina
Are we
is
almost
watching?
finished? I'm getting hungry.
I don't know. How do you take your coffee?
With cream?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And what's the last movie you saw in the theater?
It would be one of the the Paddington Bear movies. I can't remember what it's called, but I took Rosie to one of them, and I loved it. But she got a little. She's at the time she was only 2.5, so we lasted about halfway through.
That's pretty good
But
for
then
a 2.5-year-old.
That's pretty good.
And what is the last gift you gave?
Oh, I sent my wife flowers today.
Nicely
Take that.
done.
And she doesn't know, and I know she's not watching, so I can tell all of you. But our anniversary is tomorrow, and so I sent her flowers.
Wonderful. I love that.
If
Happy
any of you do
anniversary.
know, don't tell her.
Yeah, don't tell her.
Don't blow the surprise.
So tell me about a cause that's near and dear to your heart.
Increasingly, it's pastors. Pastors, yeah. I've just come across some statistics lately that help me understand that it's a tough job being a pastor, and so I've trying to do better in encouraging young pastors. And if you know a pastor, just give them a word of encouragement.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Absolutely. And what is number one on your bucket list that you haven't done? That you haven't done.
I'd go to Scotland tomorrow to play golf if I had the opportunity.
Oh,
If I could
yes.
get away, find the time.
St. Andrews?
Yeah, and maybe a handful of other courses. Just go on
Okay.
a golf trip.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
that sounds
Fun.
nice.
Here we are in New York. I'm halfway there.
You're halfway there. I think we probably need a book tour that involves golf, don't you? Well, that may kind of segue to here. But you may have been. Where do you want to go that you've never been? We talked about this earlier today. I think maybe
Give
down
me
under.
a hint.
Down under.
Oh yeah, Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to visit Australia and New Zealand if I could somehow get away from the 18-hour flight. Or how long of a flight is it?
It's a long one.
Yeah.
But,
I hear it's just beautiful and the people are wonderful. One of these days. And I need to get back to Brazil.
Yes.
You know, we lived in Brazil for many years and so
And you learned how to speak Portuguese while you were there.
eu falo português, sim.
Wonderful.
So if I'm talking to any Brazilians, boa noite, tudo bem? Está com fome? Brazil's a wonderful country with wonderful people.
Yes.